Invitations, notices, replies, everything has to be inside a box. It has to be enclosed inside a box. RSVP means if at all you agree to come, you can confirm that you are coming. Should not use past tense because you are inviting for some event that is going to happen. Are you ready to go for the event, go and attend the event, or are you rejecting? So that you have to mention it here. Ordinary personal letters, whatever you write, the same format will be carried over here also. There is no specific format for informal invitation. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all the young minds of Class 12 Cbse. I am Dr. Shalini, your English teacher at PrepSchool. Today we are here to understand one of the writing skills prescribed by a board, that is invitation and replies. What is there in today's session? What are we going to understand today? Let us have a look at it. We are going to start with the meaning of invitation. What is an invitation? Then we will understand the format of invitation and what are the features and also how do we reply to the invitation. And we'll also have a look at the marks breakup along with a sample invitation. So these are the things we are going to understand in today's session. So let us begin with understanding the meaning of invitation. So what is an invitation first of all? Written or verbal request inviting someone to go somewhere or to do something is called an invitation. Fine. An invitation is actually a request, a solicitation. Solicitation means it requires an answer from you. Okay, solicit means some answer is required or an attempt to get another person to join you at a specific event. So this is what an invitation means. You invite somebody means you are calling somebody to attend a function or maybe an event, something like that. Okay, so whenever somebody is invited, maybe they will expect a reply. Sometimes they may not expect a reply. Okay, so there may be invitations that are formal, there may be invitations that are informal also. Okay, so there are many types of invitations. So let us have a look at what are the different types of invitations and how do you write a reply also for that. So let us begin with the format of a formal invitation. What are the things that should be there in a formal invitation? So there should be the name of the host, the person who is inviting. That is very much important. Okay. So then we have a standard expression. Means there can be a line or a saying or something like that. There should be a standard expression that will be there usually. I'll show you how to write it also. So then what is the purpose of invitation? Why are you inviting people? Okay, that is also very much essential to know, right? So you are also writing the purpose of invitation and also the name of the honoree. Suppose somebody is being honored, since this is a formal invitation, somebody is being honored means, so that time name of the person who is being honored, that also should be there. Okay, then day, date and time of the event should also be mentioned because you want people to come there. You need to specify the day, date and time of the event. So, okay, next we have this name of the place, location with complete address. Okay, so address also should be there. Fine. So first is day, date and time. Then we have the address, name of the place and complete address. Okay, so venue also should be mentioned properly. Then we have RSVP. RSVP means somewhere wherein you have to confirm whether you are coming or not. Okay, so that is called as RSVP. Then telephone or mobile number in order to send this admitting or maybe if you accept the invitation, so to where you will send the confirmation. For that you need to mention a phone number or maybe an address wherein they can be contacted, something like this. Okay, so a telephone number or a mobile number or maybe an address for contact should be mentioned, and if at all any relevant details, any other extra details which you feel should be given there can be given over there. Other relevant details may include the dress code or maybe if you are inviting for some honoring or something, if you don't want them to get any gift or anything, so that also can be mentioned over here. Okay, so mainly it will be like a dress code or maybe somebody should come and be seated within such and such a time. So all these can be mentioned in this other relevant details. Okay, so this is the format of a formal invitation. And how do you write it? I told you what and all should be there. How it should be written is here. So first, as I told you, name of the host is written here and a standard expression, as I told, it will be in the second part. Fine. Next, purpose of the invitation is given here. Okay, it can be written in a paragraph or maybe it can be written like a heading also. Fine. So if it is written in a paragraph, it can have only 1 or 2 sentences at the max. Fine. Word limit also will be given for you, so you need not have to worry. The name of the honoree, if at all somebody is being honored, so that can be mentioned here. As I told you, the day, date and time, and also the address, the venue has to be mentioned here, and leave some place so that it looks neat, and then you can respond. Okay, RSVP means if at all you agree to come, you can confirm that you are coming. So this is what RSVP means. Then the telephone number of the host, address, telephone number, or maybe a mobile number can be given that belongs to the host. Okay, so RSVP means you have to write it as RSVP only. That means that person who is coming will have to notify into this mobile number or the address or maybe the telephone number. So this is the format of a formal invitation. Fine. Next, we have features of formal invitation. What and all, how do you write it? Okay, like you need to follow few rules that when you are writing a formal invitation, isn't it? So what are the rules that have to be followed? So this has to be written in third person. Okay, you know first person, second person, third person, right? So first person, it is I. Second person, it is you. Usually it will not be written in second person, so it has to be written in third person. Okay, he, she or it. So that way it has to be written and not in first or second person. Second is simple present tense to be used. Okay, should not use past tense because you are inviting for some event that is going to happen. Okay, so you are using it for something that is going to happen in future. So whatever you are mentioning there should be in simple present. Okay, when do you use simple present? Whenever you're talking about some habits or whenever you're talking about some facts, so that time simple present is used, and the same thing has to be used here in invitation also. Then a polite and courteous tone. Polite and courteous means you cannot just be talking on the face. Okay, you should be very formal enough, you should be very polite enough for the other person to feel free and to contact you back. Okay, so your language should be very courteous and very polite over there. That means very formal. Fine. It should be a single sentence presentation. Means you need not have to break it into phrases. Please use complete sentences whenever you are writing an invitation. Means after the name of the honoree, whatever you are writing, that should be a single complete sentence presentation. Okay, so next, no signature is required here. Fine, you are telling RSVP and mentioning the address of the host or the phone number of the host. There is no signature needed. Okay, so it is a formal invitation, you need not have to sign. This is not a document there. Okay, so for no invitation there is signature that is required. Okay, so no signature required, and dates to be letters. Okay, and not in abbreviation. Okay, so any date you are writing, please do not write it in abbreviation. For example, if you are writing 13th March, please do not write March and stop it here. Please write completely, write March fully, and then it has to be in this format is what this means. It should not be in abbreviation. You're not writing in short form. Okay, so next, explains why the event is being held. So here you need to specify why is this event being held. So that standard expression, you can use this one. Okay, in order to tell why the event is being held, you can use the standard expression. For example, if it is an award function, you can write award function. Maybe somebody is taking over some power in the school or something. So then you can write that as investiture ceremony, something like this. Okay, so that has to be mentioned here. Maintain the word limit. So this comes according to the examination point of view, that is word limit. Suppose it is they have given you to you have to write within 50 words. Please maintain the word limit. Okay, and make sure you follow the proper format. Please enclose it inside a box. Okay, all these invitations, notices, replies, everything has to be inside a box. It has to be enclosed inside a box. Okay, so you have to maintain the word limit, and also it has to be inside a box. Then always maintain, you have to include this 5 W's. Okay, so what, when, where, who, whom, these have to be mentioned. How do you do that? What is happening? When is it happening? Where is it happening? Who is doing it? Whom are they inviting? So these are to be mentioned over there. Okay, so make sure whenever you are writing an invitation, you have this 5 W's. Okay, so this is not only with an exam point of view, whenever you are preparing an invitation or something. Okay, so that time also this format actually matter. Okay, so yes, let us move on to the next part, that is of informal invitation. Okay, informal invitation, you are just giving it to your friends or family members, and mainly a wedding or naming ceremony or baby shower, something like this. Okay, very informal things happen here. Okay, what should you have over there? You should have sender's address on the top right hand corner. Okay, the same format what you saw just now, similar to that, but you will have the sender's address on the right top corner here. Okay, suppose you are enclosing it in a box. Okay, you will have the sender's address here, then the date. Okay, then you will have the date, then you will have the receiver's address. Okay, then comes the subject. Yes, here subject is actually optional. Okay, you can write subject and write it, or maybe just the title you can mention over here. Okay, you need not have to mention it as subject. Even if you mention the title, that is enough. Okay, so then comes the salutation, dear somebody, whoever you're talking about, dear papa, dear mummy, something like this. Okay, so salutation will be there, then the actual content. Okay, then comes the complimentary close, that is yours sincerely, yours faithfully, yours lovingly. Okay, sincerely, faithfully, usually they use it for formal invitations or formal letters, but here you can use yours lovingly or something like that. Okay, so this is the format of an informal invitation. Okay, so they're more or less similar to informal letters only. Okay, so what are the features of informal invitation? What and all should be there in an informal invitation? Okay, you already know that you write it for friends, relatives and acquaintances. Acquaintance means some people you know. Okay, some people who are known to you. Okay, so you write only to them, and whatever personal letter you write, okay, ordinary personal letters, whatever you write, the same format will be carried over here also. There is no specific format for informal invitation, but however you write this personal letters, the same way you can write this informal invitation also. Okay, so they are written in first or second person. Okay, I invite you, so this way it is written. Okay, it is not a formal invitation, it is an informal, so you can write it in I and you. Okay, you are requested to come, so this way you can mention it here also. Okay, so then style and tone is informal, so here your language can change. Okay, you need not have to be very courteous, because your relatives will understand. The way you talk to your friends, the spoken language what you talk to your friends, the same thing can be carried over here also. So it is an informal tone you are writing in. Okay, not a formal one, informal one. So the usage of words also will change. You use some words that are very that are used to express that closeness. Okay, so that is what you use there, and different tenses are used as per demand. Suppose you're talking about something that had happened earlier and some event that is going to happen in connection to that. Okay, so in that way you can use past tense and present tense or something like that. Okay, so as the situation demands, if you're talking about something else in the something that happened earlier, you are using past tense. Something that you are going to hold further, that you are using as future tense. Okay, so this way you have to use different tenses as per the situation. Fine. Next, it can be elaborate and explaining the details of the event. Okay, it can be elaborate, means there is no fixed word limit for that. Okay, I'm talking about not about the examination point of view. Examination point, yes, you must maintain the word limit, because the examiner can't sit and read and elaborate informal invitation. Okay, but when you're writing an informal invitation in your real life, okay, so it can be elaborate. It need not have to have any word limit at all. Okay, so these are the features of an informal invitation. Okay, so then what are the features of replies? Okay, you get an invitation, you need to write a reply for that. Okay, yes, not all invitations require replies. Okay, very few require replies, but here at the same time you need to understand how to write a reply also. Okay, it doesn't mean that I'm getting an invitation, I don't feel like replying, I will not reply. But few you have to reply. Whenever it is RSVP, you have to reply. Okay, so that time please make sure you know the format of the reply also. Fine, we'll understand the format. So what is the feature of this informal reply? So here a formal reply is usually very short. Okay, if at all you're writing a formal reply, it is very short. Like RSVP, if at all you're writing a reply there, it will be very short. Yes, I'm coming, something like that. Okay, so only that much will be included, and brief and to the point. You need not have to include this history, geography and all. Okay, whatever is asked, you reply only to that. That is enough. Okay, so always pleasant, Okay, even here whenever you are replying, be courteous and be polite enough in order to reply. Fine. So this demands formal tone and also treatment. Okay, how the invitation has come, the same way reply has to go. I'm talking about formal reply. Okay, so how formal the invitation is, that formal the reply will be. Okay, so please maintain a formal reply. And if at all you are not able to attend the event, okay, suppose you cannot go and attend the event, and if you are declining the invite, if you are not accepting, if you are rejecting the invite, then what should you do? You simply cannot say, no, I'm not coming. You cannot do that. But it has to be polite enough. At the same time, a courteous tone has to be used. Okay, you should express your inability to attend the event. Okay, and you also should cite a valid reason why you are rejecting that invite. Okay, so be polite and courteous enough when you are giving a reply, that so that you are declining the invite. Okay, so be polite enough. Then no unnecessary details. It's a formal reply, so please do not include any unnecessary details. Whatever is asked for, only that much you will reply. As I told here, brief and to the point. Okay, so then an informal reply. So all these points were for formal replies. Okay, so last one, an informal reply will usually contain personal feelings, okay, and also in an informal tone. Okay, suppose you have any health issue and you cannot go and attend any event, any family function, so that time the tone will be very informal. Okay, so you can explain what is happening to you, what situation you are in. So all these you can explain, it can be elaborate enough. Invitation also will be elaborate, that is informal invitation will be elaborate. At the same time, reply also will be elaborate. So these are the features of the replies what you are giving. Okay, so then we'll go further now. What are the features of formal replies? Okay, I just divided it and I'm explaining to you in detail how you write a formal reply and how do you write an informal reply. Okay, so first thing is you have to acknowledge the invitation. Okay, so you have to tell them that yes, I have received your invitation. Okay, please keep it in mind that reply should be very short. Okay, and all these have to be included in that reply what you are giving. Okay, short that doesn't mean that you should not acknowledge. Okay, so you must tell them that you have received the invitation. At the same time, you should also express thanks that you have received the invitation, and that too should be in third person. Okay, you should not say I have received the invitation and I am thanking. No, it has to be in third person only. Okay, so then you have to mention whether you have accepted or you are rejecting it. Okay, are you ready to go for the event, go and attend the event, or are you rejecting? So that you have to mention it here. Then you have to specify the reason for refusal. Very short reason, if you specify, that is enough. Okay, so sometimes this can be avoided. Okay, so why you are not able to come? Suppose that is a personal reason. Few people, if it is personal reason, maybe they will not be ready to give that reason. So that time, if at all it is very personal reason that you are rejecting that invitation, please do not mention this at all. Okay, you need not have to mention the reason. Then it has to be brief and specific. Okay, how much ever is asked, please answer only for that. Okay, so it should be brief and specific, and also it should be very formal tone and treatment. That means whenever you are replying, your tone should be very formal. Please do not talk as if you are talking to one of your friends or your relative. Okay, so these are the features of a formal reply. Okay, suppose we go to informal reply. You already know about it, isn't it? Here also you need to acknowledge the invitation, and here you will acknowledge it in first person. Okay, I have received the invitation. That way you will start. Okay, you can talk in first person. Fine. Then you have to use second person for the sender's invitation. Okay, suppose you are sending an invitation, then you will use a second person. You will talk in second person, right? Then here also you need to specify that you are accepting or you are rejecting. Okay, don't be too formal over here. You can write it in your own way as you talk to your friends or relatives from whomever the invitation has come. Okay, so if at all you are rejecting it, please specify the reason in case of refusal. Okay, so if you are rejecting it, you can elaborately explain why you are rejecting it, because here you are talking to your friends, here you are talking to your relatives, the people known to you. Okay, so here you can mention your personal reasons also, but at the same time that sharing depends on how close you are to that person. Some people may be close, but they are not close enough to that extent that we share our personal details also. Okay, few people are just close at a very limited level, isn't it? So that time, if you would like to share the personal reasons why you are not attending that event, please do that. If at all you don't want, you need not have to specify that. Okay, so at last, use warm and simple language. Need not be very formal. Please use the language wherein you use it commonly whenever you are talking to them. Okay, so this was the format of an informal reply. And so let us have a look at the marks breakup. So what is the marks allotted for each and every part? So here you can just say name of the institution and address, means I'm talking about the formal invitation. Okay, suppose any university is inviting, or maybe your school is inviting, so that time that institution will be specified over there. Okay, so this all together, this carries 1 mark. Okay, the whole part carries only 1 mark, so everything should be in place. Fine. Then for the content we have 2 marks. For the content means where you are like 1 or 2 sentences you are specifying, right, to invite that person. That is the place where grammar is seen, because you are writing it in complete sentences. Okay, so there for the content it is 2 marks. Then for the expression it is 1 mark only. Expression means the formal tone that you have used. So that also counts, and there it is for 1 mark. So altogether invitation and reply will be for 4 marks. Okay, it's only for 4 marks. Very easy to just snatch it. Okay, so you can earn very easily the marks for this invitation and reply. Okay, so this was what we understood. Now I'll just show you a sample invitation. Okay, you are supposed to write an invitation in not more than 50 words to your friend Seema or Sohan to spend his or her winter break with you in Nainital. You are Pooja or Puneet of 25 MG Road, Mussoorie. Okay, so this way you need to write an invitation. So the sender's address is here, date is here, then the salutation. Okay, so here as the winters are fast approaching, I invite you. I shows that it is an informal invitation. You're writing it to your friend, so it has to be informal invitation. Okay, so subject I have not written, as I told you before, it is optional. Okay, so as I invite you to spend the winter break with me at my house in Mussoorie, at that time weather is pleasant due to snowfall. I will introduce you to my parents and close relatives. Kindly confirm your arrival by mid-December. So here that person is asking you to confirm. Okay, so that confirmation is needed here. So when is the confirmation? By mid-December. Okay, so yours affectionately, complimentary clause, and the person's name. Okay, so these are the things which are required, and please make a note, this is enclosed within a box. Okay, so this is how you write an informal invitation. Okay, so as I've shown you this sample, please practice it so that you will understand the format of invitation and reply. Okay, so yes, we have come to an end of this session. Let us meet again in another more interesting topic. So till then, practice well. Any doubts about invitation, you are always welcome to ask in live session. Okay, so since we have already discussed it, now we will not be discussing this in the live session. Okay, so take care, keep learning. Any doubts, you're always welcome. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.